Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 22nd, 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this Angel Day reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So at the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The top is our emotional self. And the right-hand side is the public arena, the public self. So let's look at our root. We have the Death card and we have the Four of Swords. There is a sense and there is an energy of transformation here because of the Death card. This is also linked to Scorpio energy. So if we're born on the cusp with Scorpio or have Scorpio in our chart, that comes forward quite powerfully. And then we have the Four of Swords, this sense of having been asleep for a little bit here and needing also to rest and to recuperate. But there's a part of us that has been dormant for a really long time. And now we're starting to see ourselves regaining footing, regaining power, regaining understanding. It brings us to our not public arena, inner selves. It brings us to our inner selves, which is the Nine of the major arcana, the Hermit, right? And the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is work, it is diligence, it is making sure that we're not, robbed of our money and our prosperity here, but also creating warmth and stability and security and knowing that we have worked with others and that knowledge has been passed down. The Hermit is us turning inward, and that enlightenment coming forward. We're looking at our inner selves, and we're really looking at ourselves quite powerfully, quite openly, quite honestly. If we're born in the cusp with Virgo, if we have, Virgo within our chart, there's a real sense of this guiding light being a very prominent part of us and being a very informative part of us. There's also something that's coming forward, some secret brought to light during this time. It brings us to our emotional self, and that is the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Wands. We're putting down a burden, but we're also gathered up information, gathered up knowledge to be able to create a beacon, to be able to create what we want within our lives. And we're moving forward. We're moving above chaos, above doubt, above fear. And it brings us then to our public arena self with God, Source, Spirit, with the Ace of Pentacles. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of prosperity and success, and us actually celebrating it, not saying, oh no, I'm not worthy of it. It's like, no, I've put things into balance. I put things into harmony within myself, and now it's going to pay off. Now I'm going to reap the benefits. The energy we need to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is emotional manipulation. The King of Cups is somebody who bellows. I'm just seeing this as like a sense of it shakes everything up. Now, I don't know if this is somebody who just yells and you can kind of like feel the wall and you can feel them yelling, like that's the power of their voice. But this is also a sense of emotional chaos just kind of like vomited forward, and it's from a person in authority, it's from a person in a place of power. So do be mindful of that. The chakra energy, these two. We have family at our root, and we have clarity, the third eye chakra, which is actually what our singing bowl is tuned to. At our root is family. It is, the family that we're born into, the family that raises us, the family that we choose. These could all be different families along the way. But there's also a clarity that comes forward. It's like, this is my line, but this is also the line of my past self, of how I've developed, of what I want. And we're starting to see things so much more clearly. Clarity is really playing a huge part during this time. The death and rebirth comes forward. We're being led by spirit in a way that we hadn't thought we would be led during this time. And I'm actually jumping ahead of myself because I'm so excited about these cards. But let us talk about the angel day of February 22nd, 2022. The angel number 222 represents harmony, and it represents serenity. Our angels are letting us know that we must achieve harmony within our lives. On this day, it's like harmony, balance, happiness. It's kind of like my nephew now, who asks everybody, are they happy? And if they're not happy, he gets so upset. And that's going to be a question that's really big for us. I mean, he's 2, right? But there's this sense of, are you happy? And is that able to lead us forward? This is a sign of good things to come, the repeat of the number 222, and that we're entering into a time of peace and stability. We're also going to be meeting our twin flames around this time. And this twin flame meeting can be something very intense. It can be very powerful. It can knock us off our game. And it could also show us things in a way that we hadn't seen it before. So just be aware of that. We're also reaching an important milestone in our lives and for ourselves. In the Bible, if we look at things spiritually, in the Bible, multiple 2s is linked not only to the creation of Eve and the first union, the first marriage, but also to the return of Christ to earth. Now, there's a resurrection of power here, right? There's this sense of, I'm stepping into this new role, into this new sense of myself. And that's what we see with the death and rebirth card here of Scorpio. Now, this is important because Pluto returns also on this day. It returns to the spot that it was in 1776 when the United States was founded. And so on this day, there is this sense of renewal, of rebirth, of endings and new beginnings, because Pluto rules Scorpio. And so here at our root, we have that power coming forward. We have that power of renewal, death, rebirth, regeneration, re-understanding of ourselves, growing spiritually, being led in a direction that we hadn't seen before. There's a part of us that has been slumbering. It's almost like we've been in hibernation. Or there is also this sense of, there's one half of us that's been in hibernation, and there's another half of us that needs to rest, that needs to take care of ourselves. We're burning the candle at both ends. We're demanding a lot from ourselves. We're stressed. And even when we sleep, we have our armor on. Even when we're sleeping, we're not fully relaxing. We're not fully taking care of ourselves. So do be mindful of this during this time, that we need to rest, that we need to connect with our inner selves, that there's a part of us that's been laying dormant, that's in hibernation, that's going to be awakened. It brings us to the hermit inwardly. So in our inner selves, we have the hermit showing us, guiding us, leading us forward in a way that we hadn't expected. We're looking inward, and when we look inward, it's not like, oh, okay, that's kind of like how I'm feeling, I'm good with that. It's like, I am looking at myself openly and honestly and rawly as I move forward to my power, to my understanding, to what I want, to what I need, to where it is that I'm heading for me. And as we're embracing that, we're also seeing here, I have to guard my money. I have to look at what is prosperous for me and not be, kind of taken advantage of by anyone, because here her money is guarded by her foot and by, the jug that's sitting on it. In front of her are her dreams, are the poppies, but she's also creating warmth around her with the blanket that she's making. She's preparing for the future, because this is a nice, warm, sunny day, but as time goes on, it will get colder. And so she needs that cloak for protection. We have the wheat fields in the background, and there's a sense of prosperity moving us forward. The mind is showing us wisdom, but the mind is connecting with the heart in a way that says, let these strings kind of fly free. Let me see what unravels, what unfolds, what becomes, what patterns arise within what we're making, within the security that we're embracing. It brings us to our emotional self, and it's the Knight of Cups. We're rising above the chaos of emotions. We're starting to really move ourselves forward to more of what we want, more of what we see for ourselves, more of what we need, more of what we desire. Here, there's a real sense of, I'm heading towards my goals. I'm heading towards what is desired within my life. I'm looking at me with openness, with honesty, with integrity. Nothing is going to hold me back. Our hearts are very much at the forefront during this time, it moves us to the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is saying, don't burden ourselves down so that all we see in life is the dirt on our shoes. There's a real sense of awakening to beauty and taking the load off of our shoulders and letting it become the fire of our expression, the fire of our desire. When we get to the public arena, there's a gift being given to us. It's a gift of prosperity. It's a gift of abundance. It's a gift of, new thoughts, new ideas to be planted and run with and, unfolded before our eyes. We're seeing ourselves enter into a new chapter of ourselves, of what we want. And that brings us to a place of celebration. That brings us to a place of instinct. That brings us to a place where we're not putting ourselves down anymore. This is really a time where it's like, this is what I want. This is what I'm going after. Even if I fall and fail, at least I tried. And I'm celebrating me along the way. And that is a beautiful thing. That is a powerful thing. And that is a thing, Libra, that really guides us forward during this time. Our subconscious energy is the Five of Pentacles. We do have this feeling of being left out in the cold, of being overwhelmed, of, it not working out the way that we wanted it to, a poverty mentality coming forward. So this is something that we have to be mindful of, that subconsciously we're going to think, oh, I'm not worthy of this. Consciously, we absolutely are. We might not even realize that subconsciously we're sabotaging ourselves. This is going to be something we need to be aware of. Where do I feel inadequate within my life? What is holding me back, and why is it? It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and that is justice. That's us. Sabotage. We're going to self-sabotage during this time because it's almost like I'm not worthy of such blessings. I'm not worthy of such power. And Libra, oh my gosh, are we most definitely worthy. It's a balancing of the scales. It's a cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. It's a moving forward in power and instinct and desire. It brings us to, and it's also being discerning about the energy we let into our lives and, what we're listening to and why we're listening to it. It brings us to our, chakra self, and that is inspiration. That is the sacral chakra. We are seeing a new dawn rise. We are seeing new beauty, new power, new instincts guide us forward. There is a real sense here of opening up to beauty, opening up to what we want within our lives, and not letting that nagging, hurtful, hateful voice in the back of our mind take over and have power within us. It's not. The hurts and pains of the past are being released into a powerful and beautiful present. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this day and of this angel time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra, and may you have a blessed angel day.